When most people think about retirement, their minds jump straight to Florida, Arizona, or maybe even a beach town in Mexico. But what if we told you there are American places where you can retire with tropical vibes, no passport required, and in some cases, lower costs of living than the mainland? Welcome to the lesser talked about world of US territories, those far off dots on the map that are still technically American soil. They often go under the radar, but for some retirees, they offer just the right mix of affordability, slower pace, and exotic charm. With no need to give up your citizenship or social security. But don't start packing just yet. These places come with big pros, and a few serious cons. So today, we're exploring what it's really like to retire in US territories, the good, the bad, and the palm tree lined ugly. Wait, before we head to the US territories. Imagine walking around in a different country without internet data. That's disappointing. Internet data, especially while traveling, it's a necessity nowadays. So we recommend Siley. We've been using it when traveling abroad. They have tons of destination to choose from. And, very affordable and reliable. Link in the description. Let's get started. 1. Puerto Rico, the Caribbean's US backyard. If retirement in the Caribbean sounds good but you don't want to deal with foreign laws or visas, Puerto Rico might just be your paradise. The good, Puerto Rico is a US territory, which means you don't need a passport to visit or live there. You can still collect Social Security and Medicare, and most federal benefits apply. The weather is warm, the beaches are world-class, and the cost of living is significantly lower than in most US states, especially in smaller towns like Mayagüez or Aguadilla. Perks for Americans: you're still under US law. Your retirement income from Social Security isn't taxed by the island government. Plus, English is widely spoken, especially in the Metro San Juan area. The catch: healthcare can be hit or miss outside major cities. Infrastructure issues, like power outages and storm recovery, are real concerns. You also won't get to vote in presidential elections, unless you move back to the mainland, even though you're a US citizen. 2. Guam, the Pacific outpost. Guam is located in the western Pacific Ocean, closer to the Philippines than California. But it's still US soil, with all the red, white, and blue legalities that come with it. The good. Beautiful beaches, strong military presence, which means solid infrastructure in some areas, and English is the dominant language. There's also no federal income tax for Guam residents. Why retire here? Guam offers a slower, more laid-back island life. If you're ex-military, there's a strong VA and military retiree community here. Plus, it's a great jump-off point for visiting Asia. The bad. It's far, like really far, and that isolation can be tough. Cost of imported goods is high, and healthcare options are limited compared to the mainland. 3. US Virgin Islands, the other Caribbean option. The US Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, offer more than just cruise ship stops. These islands are also retirement destinations for Americans looking for a mix of paradise and familiarity. The good: same currency, same language, and you don't need to learn a new healthcare system. The weather: postcard perfect. The vibe: chill and slow. Great for Americans, Social Security checks still come through. Medicare works with some adjustments, especially if you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes the islands. But here's the rub. Real estate can be pricey, especially on St. John. And rebuilding after hurricanes has been a slow process. Like Puerto Rico, the infrastructure and public services are stretched thin in many areas. 4. American Samoa, the most remote US territory. If you're truly looking to disappear from the hustle and bustle, American Samoa may be the answer. The good, beautiful and untouched landscapes, low cost of living, and strong cultural traditions. It's the most traditional Polynesian culture under the US flag. Unique retirement vibe. If you want peace and community over modern convenience, this might appeal to you. The reality check. American Samoa is technically a US territory, but people born here are considered US nationals, not citizens. You'll still have Medicare access and Social Security eligibility if you're a US citizen residing there, but services are extremely limited. Think minimal hospitals, very few specialists, and expensive flights to anywhere. 5. Northern Mariana Islands, a forgotten gem. Located in the Pacific and often overshadowed by Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, especially Saipan, offer some of the same perks with a smaller population and even more relaxed lifestyle. Why retire here? Gorgeous beaches, friendly locals, and US legal protections. It's small, tight-knit, and often described as Guam light. Perks. Social Security still applies, and real estate is generally more affordable than in Guam. The islands are safer and less developed, which is A+ for some retirees. The drawback: it's not the place for someone who needs top-tier hospitals or wants access to large stores. Everything is imported, and flights off the island can get expensive fast. So, is it worth retiring in a US territory? It depends on your needs. Let's break it down. Reasons to consider it. Stay in the US system without the hassle of international visas or renouncing citizenship. Keep your Social Security, Medicare, and other federal benefits. Enjoy a lower cost of living and warmer weather year-round. Escape the hectic pace of the mainland and find real community. But watch out for healthcare limitations outside metro zones. Natural disasters like hurricanes and typhoons. Supply chain issues, from groceries to medicine, everything is a bit slower. Isolation, especially if family lives on the mainland. Real talk, what's the best fit? If you want island life but still want a Costco nearby and solid infrastructure, Puerto Rico or the US Virgin Islands are your best bet. If you're okay being far from everything and want a deep cultural experience, consider American Samoa or the Northern Mariana Islands. If you're looking for a Pacific base with a stronger military presence and English as the main language, Guam is the play. Retiring in US territories is one of those paths that sounds a bit offbeat, until you realize it makes a lot of sense. No visa headaches, no need to change your banking or Social Security. Just trade the suburban snow shovel for a hammock. But like anything else, it's not for everyone. So before you sell the house and book the flight, visit first. Spend a few months. Meet locals. Check out the hospitals. Feel the rhythm of island life. Because retiring in a US territory could either be the best decision you've ever made, or the loneliest beach walk of your life. Let us know, would you retire in a US territory? Which one stands out to you? Drop it in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more retirement advice, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next one.